Hello and welcome to the lifestyle segment of the weekend show. With me is Mr. Joseph Osigwe, who's the founder of Devitop Center for African Development. Thank you so much for joining us in today's program.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
So before we delve into the crux of the issues on today's topic, I would like to show our viewers a brief video of one of the victims of human trafficking that the Center for African Development has been able to help. Then we'll come back to the program and talk more about it. Take a look.
My name is Nada. I come from Anambra State. One madam come my place, come tell my family and myself, say, won't carry me go Mali. Say, make I go the pick diamond for there. Say, for Mali, say they pay money where. Say, with the money where they pay me, say, I go fee help my family, I go fee help my junior ones, my younger ones. But say, I go bring 1 million naira for travel documents, say, for accommodation and for I think for feeding and what you talk with that. So we can't agree. But out of the 1 million naira which she may bring, no 300,000 naira I feel bring from Boro from small work what I do. Even my relative they help me. Even my family member, all of them follow contribute for that 300,000 naira. So we can't carry and give them. So she can't carry me and so many plenty other girls like that. Can't carry us, can't go. We pass through Cotonou first. So we can't reach the place. As we reach the place, immediately we reach the place, she can't collect our document, no be only me, other people. She collect our documents, collect our phones, collect everything we will get. So she just collect everything. Even the girls, she just keep us for one place like that. As if we'll be slaves, we'll be prisoners. She keep us for one place. She know they allow us make us, she know they allow us move. So we can't dey for the place. So small time she can't carry us, can't give another people, can't sell us to another people again. So she sell us to that other people. As we can't dey, I just even tired myself. I can't even dey. See, the life don't tire me. Food they know they give us. If you see how they take beat us for that place, they beat us where even food. The day we go manage seafood, the kind of food they give us for that place. Kai, no be small thing. So now so we can't dey on Sunday. Even that Sunday itself, I don't even eat. I just dey. So luckily that Sunday, one boy come see they look for cheerleader. Get one woman waiting for there, one lady for there they call cheerleader. They can't carry and go show cheerleader. They can't talk with cheerleader. I don't know what he talk with cheerleader. I don't know what he me man cheerleader talk. So as they can't finish talk with cheerleader can't come meet me, can't tell me say make I come. I can't come. Cause he make I follow him. I can't go. We can't reach one place. We can't see the boy. That boy we can't look for cheerleader. The boy can't tell cheerleader say me go bring my bag. This my bag with here. So cheerleader they can't bring this my bag because they say I go follow them enter motor. I don't know where did they carry me go again. I don't know where did they carry me go again. So they will carry my bag. I go enter motor. I go follow them go. So I can't see they down one no. So finally I can't see the road. Can't they stranded. I don't know where I go again. I can't tire. And the other woman can't see me. Can't they ask me what happen. I can't tell her how I take come Mali, how they don't understand me from one place to another, and all the suffer, why I don't suffer. You can't tell me I no worry. See me can calm down. Say small time, Igbo people go come out for here. Say this place where we dey. Say just be like where Igbo people they come where. Say Igbo people plenty for here where. Man, see man no worry. Say even people from Ghana, people from Ivory Coast, say they come here where other African countries say they come here where. See man just calm down. See very soon Igbo people go come. May they hear what they talk. We can't see there. I can't tell her say if small time Igbo people will come out, I can't tell them my story go come worse pass as it be before. She go just enter her motor, they go her team. Me I come worse pass as it be before. Make she better leave me, make her day my thing. She can't say no. She can't assure me say no be like that. See me I can't say small time I go see. So we can't see small time. We can't see 5 boys. They pass. They carry talking for hand. They pass. They talk, but they speak Igbo. So now the woman can't call them, can't tell them say they come home, make them no verse, make they can't hear what they talk, but make her use my mouth to talk. I can't begin to tell them how to come. I can't tell them my story. They can't ask me where the boy they where and whether I know where the boy they. I tell them say I know where the boy they. They can't say man I carry them go there. I carry them. All of them they follow me. We can't reach the boy place. They can't ask the boy whether he know me. The boy say yes, say he know me. They can't ask the boy how he take know me. The boy can't say which kind of question be that, how they can't answer that kind of question. They can't answer and say the question they ask you be say how you take know this girl. The boy can't say they say no fit answer that question. Waiting no be say they just tell her make you can't carry me. They can't tell and say who be the person who tell you make you can't carry the girl. Say, and why the person even tell you make you come carry me? Say the person tell you make you come carry her, make she come do holiday, make she come work, abi make she come school, abi make she come do wetin. Say why the person tell you make you come carry her? The boy come dey drag with them, come say he no know. Say wetin he know be say they just tell am make you come carry the person. Say he no know the person. They come tell am say how you no go know person and the person go tell you make you come carry person. They come talk down or finish. So we still dey. Now five boys come join all those boys wey follow us come that place. Those 5 boys come. One of them na from Anambra. Come ask me say where I come from. I tell am say I come from Anambra. Say which part of Anambra? I tell am Nnewi. He come tell me say himself na from Anambra, he from Nnewi. He tell me the name of him village, but I don't forget the place we call am. I don't forget. He tell me the name of his village, but I forget. So he come tell me say make I no worry. Say me I go follow them go Nigeria. Say me I just calm down. So they come tell the boy say where my bag dey. Say make him bring my bag. The boy come say my bag dey inside motor. But say me I no go follow them go anywhere. Say me I go first follow and reach Cotonou. Then they come tell the boy say why I go follow and reach Cotonou. See they come dey ask the boy say whether he want make police dey involved. Abi he just wan carry my bag give them make they carry me go Nigeria. Say they wan carry me go Nigeria. Say he don try for all the keeping wey he don keep me. They come dey thank am, come tell am say thank you. Come dey tell am thank you, make he just bring my bag. Say they wan personally carry me go Nigeria. The boy he wan come dey drag with them, but he come see say he see say they don dey chance am. He see say they wan collect, they wan carry me comot. So he come dey look somehow. So he come carry my bag give them. They come dey ask am for transport money. Say where transport wey I carry go back. The boy come say he no get any money. Say he no get money to give them. They come carry me go. So we come enter motor. But even the motor wey we enter, the motor don full well. So no chance for me to sit down. So how I take sit down be say one brother bring him leg, another person bring him leg. I come sit down for two people leg. And so we come dey go. But we come reach small, we come see police station. Na those people wey carry me come dey talk for the motor. Say e go good make they report that boy to police so that police go carry the boy. Say as they no report the boy, say the boy go still go back go dey carry other girls. Say go still dey do worse things. Say better make they report the boy to police. But that time we don already dey go, we don already dey road, we don even go far sef. Now they just remember say make they just tell police. So they come report the boy to police.
So, Mr. Joseph, based on this video that we've seen today, what is the core issue or what are the core problems that the Center for African Development focuses on, and how were you able to rehabilitate Ada into society?
Yeah, thank you. The DevelopTop Center for African Development is totally focused on combating human trafficking. Our major focus is to engage young people to be at the forefront of tackling human trafficking, because we've realized that human trafficking is like a weapon against the future of young people, and there's an urgent need for young people, to synergize and be at the forefront of tackling human trafficking. And most times we use our young people to monitor what is happening in rural areas and report. And when they report, we engage National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons to rescue the victim. And then last year we had a report of a lady who was trafficked from from Nigeria to Mali, from Anambra. Just to let you know that it's not only in Edo State that human trafficking is happening, it's happening virtually all the states in Nigeria. She was just promised to be taken to Mali to pick diamond. That was the promise, and she had to raise about 300,000 naira to pay the trafficker. But when she got to Mali, her documents were seized and she couldn't even have freedom to go out. And then the unfortunate thing that she was sold 3 times in Mali. The first one was at the rate of 1.5 billion naira, and to the 3rd time before she was able to contact people in Anambra State, and we had to set a plan to even call the trafficker to come and pick another person. So on her way to Anambra, she was caught and was arrested.
So you called the trafficker
Yeah, because she said this is what happened.
Okay.
So we made plan.
Yes.
The same way the trafficker was...
I see. So you set that person up so you can catch him or her.
She came
I
in,
see.
she was arrested.
Okay.
And unfortunately for the girl, when they are taking her to the next person that bought her, she was just talking to people on the road that she was stranded and this is what happened. And unfortunately, the one that had her was an Igbo person, and the person had to alert other people. They had to make sure that they take her out from the person who was taking her to another place. And that was how she came back to Nigeria.
Wow.
And then, but the case had been in court. But we observed that even in court, even in the fight against trafficking, there is a poor legal representation of victims. Because where you have a victim who's being caught and there's no lawyer to represent the person, that is an issue. And in another situation where the judge does not understand human trafficking and what the victim passed through, that is an issue. So for the past 6 months now, we've been working on this to make sure she gets a justice, because the fight against trafficking is not complete until the victims, get justice.
What can we do as Nigerians? Because we hear the issues of human trafficking time and again. I mean, the most porous and the most audible voices came from Libya earlier on this year, when we saw hundreds of Nigerians stuck in Libya, used as slaves, used it as laborers, in people's farmlands, etc. So what can Nigerians do? How do we sensitize not just the judicial arm of government, but Nigerians as a whole, so we can put a stop or curb the increase in human trafficking in Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you. The fight against human trafficking requires a collaborative effort, apart from sensitization, which is very important, even though it's a palliative, because when you sensitize the situation, if it is not encouraging, trafficker can use so many strategies to lure the victims. So many of them who have been lured, some of them might be aware of trafficking, but they come in different ways. And one of the causes is because of lack of social protection in Nigeria, where we have our political leaders enjoying social protection at the expense of our citizens. There is no program that supports or provides basic needs for people. That is why most times they are so desperate with a little promise. I've worked with young people and I've heard some of them say they can even take any risk to leave Nigeria. Yes,
there are some people who are repatriated from Libya and have gone back again. So how do we curb that? Like, what do we do as Nigerians? Because I know we talk about the government angle time and again. We talk about job creation. We talk about creating an enabling environment that would be comfortable enough for people to stay in the country. But the reality is that government is just one side of the coin. The other side is us as a people. Some attribute the trafficking to greed. Some attribute it to lack of awareness and knowledge. But what do we do as Nigerians to sensitize our neighbors, sensitize our children, sensitize our friends that human trafficking is actually modern day slavery?
That is good, because awareness is very important, and it's also good for us to let them know, because while we're creating awareness, traffickers are also creating new ways of luring their victim. So most times awareness should be research based. Look at new trends. People might be aware that trafficker can come to you and promise to take you out for a particular purpose. They know that now they even traffic you for football and others. So it's good for people to be aware. And also, this idea of traveling abroad, people should know that traveling does not guarantee success. Yes, because people think when they travel abroad, this is how they traffic them. The traffickers will come with the promise that once you travel within 3 months, you make it. It's not possible. So young people should be aware of such thing, that when someone comes to you with a promise of traveling and giving you a shortcut, that is an indication there is an exploitation behind it.
So I really want to hone in on what Devatop is doing, Devatop Center for African Development, because according to the 2016 global survey, about 875,000 Nigerians are being trafficked yearly. And when we speak about human trafficking, a lot of people first of all think sex. They think sex trafficking, but human trafficking is actually more diverse. There's labor trafficking, there's sex trafficking, drug trafficking, and what have you, which is when you insert drugs in the human being and all of that. So what has Devatop done to curtail that increase?
Like I told you before, our own is to make sure we use young people, because we felt this is something that affects young people, and if they don't take action, even their children might grow up one day to be victims. So we make sure we, one, equip them as advocates, and so that they'll be able to reach out to other young people, one, to observe and report, Over time, we've been able to train over 5,000 young people as advocates, and have reached out to about 500,000 people through media and community services. And one of the things that this have helped us today is that some of them are now aware. Most times there are times traffickers might even approach them because they're already aware of what is happening. They even report to us. And through our volunteers and young people, we're able to even identify 3 victims and rescue them. So I believe that young people should be the heart and soul of the fight against human trafficking. Yes, government has a role to play, but that does not leave young people alone to, we have to be part of the fight against trafficking, and that's what we are doing. We are trying to build a sustainable movement of young people in different states so they can be able to take action. Most times we encourage them to carry out community projects. For example, this period, which is a war against human trafficking, we have our volunteers in Lagos who are creating awareness to tackle human trafficking. And also the Global Slavery Index, we had another report now. The recent report shows that we have over 1,386,000 victims of human trafficking.
Wow. So that's between 2016
and
2018. There's over 200,000 increase.
Yeah, 1.3 million people who are victims.
Wow, that's 500,000.
And then that also shows that 7 out of every 1,000 Nigerians are victims of human trafficking.
Wow.
It also goes on to show that 74 out of every 100 Nigerians are vulnerable to human trafficking. So this is a very big concern. And who knows what will happen in the next 5 years. Maybe we will be recording about 6 million victims of human trafficking. Who are these victims? They are young people. So that is why young people should be at the forefront of combating human trafficking.
Very lastly, Mr. Joseph, what do you say to the young man or woman who is looking to escape this country? He or she, they're frustrated, they don't necessarily care about the issues that you're talking about. They actually are looking forward to going to another country and hopefully making it. And they don't care if they fall victims of this labor trafficking, sex trafficking, drug trafficking that you're talking about. How do you compel them to rethink their actions and stay in Nigeria and be safe from the torture that they would experience if they are trafficked?
Yeah, first and foremost, it's important to know that traveling does not guarantee success. In fact, it's more difficult to succeed out there. We have a lot of Nigerians who are frustrated. Right now, we have an intern that has come from Italy to Nigeria. After 2 months, she's going back, and her role is to identify some Nigerians who have been looking for how to come back. They are desperate to come back, but no way. They are trapped. So most times, they need to hear the story of these guys who are there that want to come back home. Because what they hear is different from what is really happening. So I encourage young people, if you are thinking of traveling, travel through the due process. If travel is necessary, make sure you follow the due process. If not, you get stranded, and when you get stranded, you end up being caged in one particular refugee camp and others.
Mr. Joseph Osigwe, founder of Devertop Center for African Development, thank you so much for joining us in today's program. So we'll take a break right now, and when we return, we have more of the lifestyle segment with my co-host, Ohimai Godwin Omaize. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back.
The world of people and art. What is it about art that makes it a key component of human existence? From the ancient Egyptians to the Incas, Native Americans to present day, art was born with us. It has survived with us. It has evolved with us. Who knows, it may even outlive us, becoming the relics upon which we cast the shadow of our existence, our footprint in the sands of time. This is People and Art.
Third Pyramid Art Center is an art gallery situated in the heart of the city, Wuse. And basically what we do is we collect, promote, preserve, and sell artworks. Now, Third Pyramid also is involved in other forms of art, not just visual arts. We're involved in poetry, we're involved in photography, we're involved in dance, we're involved in promoting and preserving culture. Third Pyramid has been in existence for 10 years now, and over the years we have tried to collect and preserve works from various artists And currently, the gallery here in Abuja houses over 180 artworks by about 120 artists. And over time, we also try to expand, collect works from other artists across the continent, not just in Nigeria, and eventually see what we can do across the globe. This is titled Two Themes of the Delta. It's medium copper foil, so it was made out of copper foil. Now, like the title says, Two Themes of the Delta, Bruce here is trying to use images in forms of totems to depict or tell a story about the people of the Niger Delta. He's from the Niger Delta, so he's trying to tell the life, the struggles, the times, the issues that have emancipated from the Niger Delta over time. So for each totem or each symbol, they signify something or they tell a story. So for example, this image, which shows a man holding a gun with a mask on his face. This is trying to symbolize the issue of militancy in the Niger Delta. And also, this here tries to signify or tell a story about drug abuse. So if you look carefully, you can see someone with his eyes gouging out with a pipe in his mouth. So that talks about militancy, this talks about drug abuse. You have, this talks about lack of gun control and gun violence, which is also a very serious issue in the Niger Delta. You have promiscuity, which is also a very serious issue in the Niger Delta. And then over here, you have land pollution, oil spillage, and animal deaths. That's why the animals are upside down. And then somewhere, one very interesting one, here. Now here, what Bruce tries to depict is using two dogs. If you look carefully, you can see two dogs in a battle, fighting themselves. What he tries to do here is talk about inter-ethnic clashes, which is also a very serious issue in the Niger Delta. You have the Shekiris and the Urhobos always fighting. So these are two dogs, which are obviously the same breed, from the same clan, fighting themselves. So this, like I said, this tells a story about the life and times of people from the Niger Delta, their issues, their struggles, you know, their way of life. You have some things about fishery here, which is also one of the major occupations in the Niger Delta. So that's basically what Bruce tries to do in this piece. The minds who created or started the idea, Thought Pyramid, had passion. And over time, they've been able to instill that passion into every staff. So everyone who works with Thought Pyramid, both in Abuja and in Lagos, is an art lover at first, an art enthusiast, and someone who's ready to promote, push, and encourage art in all its form across Nigeria, across Africa, and across the globe.
Let go. If you're still sitting down, you better get up on your feet right now. Huh?
Welcome back to the lifestyle segment of the weekend. I have with me this morning a very interesting guest. I call him the one and only world famous DJ NST. DJ NST.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming on the show this morning.
Pleasure is mine.
Beautiful, great, great.
Yeah.
So you've been a gospel DJ for quite some time now.
Yeah.
And my very first question to you this morning is, how well is gospel music influencing our society?
Okay. First of all, I would say gospel music is unique. It has its own unique characteristics because, you know, the main purpose of gospel music is to spread good news. It's inspirational. You can say inspirational, you know, but basically it has the content of good news. You know, it always has something to say in the music, you know. So how it affects society, of course, it's nothing more than being positive, you know, live a good life, you know. It's always telling you how to, you know, go about life. And, you know, that's what the gospel is, good news, So always try to spread the good news about peace, about love, about kindness, faithfulness. Like I'll say, those are the fruit of the Spirit. So love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness. So you can find all of that in gospel music. So I think it affects the society in that way. Yeah.
You said something interesting about the fact that gospel music is inspirational.
Yeah.
And usually there's this mix-up between gospel music and what is inspirational music.
Yeah.
For instance, Fino's Father Father. Is it gospel music?
Well,
because it's inspirational and there's this
you see
gospel vibe to it.
Gospel, what do you call, where's gospel from? Christianity. Christianity is lifestyle. It's not just a religion. Personally, I don't see it as a religion. I see it as a way of life, how you live your life, So going back to Fino, Father, in its own context, it can be gospel, but in my context, it's not, because you have to portray what you preach. I'm not saying Fino is not portraying what you preach.
So do you think in the music video, it didn't portray?
Yeah, the video had a conflicting. Pardon me, sorry to say, it had a conflicting. Sometimes we have that in the scene, the music scene, whereby you have a very nice audio, but when you get to see the video just just says something different. We're expecting a song like Father Father, talking about how God has blessed you, talking about God, talking about how you're praising God in maybe different styles, different ways, but it didn't really come out that way. Should I blame it on the video director now? Or maybe, but no.
Okay, but wait. Can secular artists go gospel?
Yeah, why not? Like, the moment you give your life to Christ, I mean, you can do gospel. Because, I mean, like I said, you cannot give what you don't have. Once it's in you, it comes out naturally. You don't force it. Like if you look at most gospel artists these days, when you listen to some songs, like what's trending now, some of them, Prosper, Mercy Chinwo, if you listen to their songs, it just comes naturally. If you ask them, how did you get this song that it's blessing lives? It's not just a song you sing in church. It's a song that when you just plug your headphones and you listen to it, it's something that really inspires you as a person. If you're going through stuff, it just keeps you at ease. That's what gospel music does. If you feel one way, it takes you back to the way you ought to be, So that's what gospel music is, it's not just for church.
I get that. The reason I asked that question is because we've seen a lot of secular artists do very powerful gospel kind of music. R. Kelly, for instance. R. Kelly is not a gospel artist, but some of the biggest gospel hits have come from R. Kelly.
Now you just...
The Storm is Over, Spirit, songs like that. And then we've seen this song by Whitney Houston, I Look to You. I Look to You is mostly classified as R&B.
Yeah.
There's a gospel element to it.
Yeah, I would like to say...
And Whitney is a secular artist.
Yeah. I would like to make this very clear. Anybody born a human being can sing gospel. Anybody. But when you talk about influence with the gospel, only gospel artists can do gospel music. What am I trying to say? You can listen to R. Kelly's Storm is Over. Yeah, you feel great. But when you listen to a Don Wen and you listen to his music, his person and the music, right, influences you. His person and the music. It's just like you come to me now, you're telling me about let's see what do we do together. Let's say you want to open a food business. Now you come to me and I don't see you as someone that likes food. I can't open business with you, or you don't really have interest in food, or how food is being made, all that. I can do business with you. You can say all what you want to say. That's because probably you read it somewhere or you heard someone say it. But you cannot give me quality like the way it ought to be. So it's same with gospel music. You have to be a gospel artist to do gospel music. I keep saying that all the time.
Okay.
You know, that's the way. That's my own characteristic of selecting my playlist of gospel songs, or what I tag gospel music. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
there's this perception that gospel artists are not as wealthy as their secular counterparts, and as such, are not as influential. Do you agree?
Well, you see, we're in this world, but I'm not trying to be religious now, trying to read the Bible and all that. But I mean, we're in this world, but we're not of it. I mean, there's a system whereby there are a whole lot of beliefs, a pool where you have so many beliefs, and gospel emanated from Christianity. You see, now what I try to preach every day is like, gospel is not religion, it's not Christianity, but it emanated from Christianity. Why? Because of what the beliefs in Christianity portrays. Yeah, so it's as deep as that. I'm sure you say deep or something like that.
Precisely.
But now, if you research, I've done research. I mean, how many Christians do we have in the world today? How many people? Like last time I did research, I was trying to compare a Beyonce to a Kirk Franklin. Why? Because I see Beyonce as one of the biggest in the world, and I see a Kirk Franklin as the biggest in the gospel scene. When you compare Kirk Franklin and I checked their influence. When you mean influence, like social media and all that, I did all that research, and I found out that look, gospel is just like a 10% of the whole package. You see, so now you're just 10%, and you have a whole pool. You see, so when you have influence, you just have influence in that 10%. You see, so if you want to be wealthy, you can only get wealth from influence and all that, isn't it? Now, from the 10%. So you see, so now that's why the new generation gospel artists always look further than just being a gospel artist for Christians or for believers. Now we're taking the gospel, like I always say, taking the gospel to the streets now. Taking it out there, let people know that, okay, there's a life you need to tap into. It's not religion, it's a lifestyle.
Now, talking about taking gospel to the street, Chance the Rapper won the Best New Artist Award at the Grammy Awards last year with an album, Coloring Book, that is mostly gospel inspired. Did you see that coming? What are the implications for gospel music with that singular award?
Well, the implication is that, we are not stepping up our game. We need to step it up more. I mean, Chance the Rapper is excellent in his delivery. I mean, I had one. I think I listened to one of the package in the album. And I mean, Chance. I mean, it's good. It's good, and we love good stuff. I mean, that's why I always say Christianity doesn't mean it's not an avenue to be mediocre. You need to be excellent at what you do. You see, we have the edge, but we have to utilize it. You have to use excellence, delivery, and that has been a problem in the gospel scene.
Okay, finally, have you ever been under pressure to abandon gospel for secular?
Right now, I'm under pressure. Right now, I'm under pressure.
So how are you relating to that? How are you handling that?
That's because, I knew what I was getting myself into. And basically, it's just more than just being famous or making money. It's more than that. It's about changing the world. Like you asked me earlier, how is gospel music changing the world? It's a lifestyle that DJ NST portrays. Lifestyle, not just in music, but in the way he goes about his daily activities. Of course, like I said, we're in this world, but we're not of this world. You always find things that would tell you otherwise. But we have a conscience. Each and every one of us have a conscience to determine what is good and what is not. You see, but most times we tend to ignore those things, and that's why we have the society we have today. where there are so many uncontrolled social vices. You see, music is a very strong tool, very strong. Now, if you use music, music can change the world. Music can change the world. And if you use music to pass some very vital messages, I'm sure the world will be a better place.
That's right. Well, I guess that's a fine place to leave it on our
Yeah.
lifestyle segment with DJ NST. He's one of, I call him the world famous DJ NST. He's one of the greatest gospel DJs that we have right now in the gospel sector.
Yeah.
That's a great way to end the lifestyle segment on the weekend show today. Stay tuned and don't go nowhere. Lots more still coming on the show.